Usually we're, what's going on, everybody? It's Letitia with Bear Fruit Gardening. I hope that you are well. We're about to harvest some microgreens. Doing it a little early this week because we're supposed to get this code snap here in Zone 7A. And so I have to hit the road a little earlier than planned. And so we deliver every 2 weeks to a distribution center / CSA in Lexington, Kentucky, which is about an hour 15 minutes away. And so we're very grateful for that partnership. But due to the weather that we're supposed to get Friday night into Saturday morning, it's supposed to be like 1 to 3 inches of snow. Who knows what's going to happen, but to kind of move forward, we decided to deliver a day early. So I have to get these microgreens harvested before we leave tomorrow. And so I have some radish here, which is, you can see the canopy's a little different, right? So this tray, I just, for shits and giggles, basically, I I decided to sow radish and pea and see what that would look like. I see this all the time on social media, and I just wanted to try it myself. So plus it was a little unintentional because, or unplanned, because I had more seed left over than I thought. And so I always have extra pea for some reason. But I was like, instead of wasting, I'm just going to go ahead and plant it. And we might end up needing it anyway because our order has expanded just a bit for this delivery. So yeah, so we're going to harvest some radish and pea. That's what I got growing here in the grow room. I had about 16 trays in production, and on a 6 shelving unit, metal shelving unit with grow lights. So we're going to harvest the radish. I need 2-ounce containers for this CSA. And so that's what we're going to do. I don't do everything right or wrong, the right way, or maybe the way you do it. I'm still learning. Just as far as efficiency is concerned, but I do have my scale. I do have my containers. I'm using these clamshells because they're way more inexpensive than other containers that I've seen marketed for microgreens. People, in your Facebook groups and kind of, everybody goes with the more expensive packaging, and there are shortages everywhere. And so it's getting harder and harder for us to stay consistent with our packaging because we can't find it, which makes it also more expensive for us in the long run. So these guys do really well with 2 ounces. We slap a label on it as well that tells people when we harvest it, wash before you eat, and eat within 1 week for freshness sake. But I've had microgreens in my refrigerator. If I push them to the back, they do really well and keep for a little bit over a week. I'm almost pushing 2 weeks. Really, really, really well. Once I wet them and wash them, though, that probably takes off about two days or so, 2 or 3 days of freshness and being able to keep them. But we always harvest and package without washing to help them stay as fresh as possible. So we do have that on our label that folks need to wash. I have my scale here. It's been sanitized. This area has been sanitized. My scissors have been sanitized. So I'm ready to go. I've done about 20 units already. So we're just going to keep going. So I'm going to zero out my scale here. And I'm not going to do a whole lot. I would love for you all to talk to me and in the chat. And I'll get to that after I harvest this tray. I'm just going to do this one tray. And if you all have any specific questions about microgreens or how to grow them, how to harvest, I'll share as much knowledge as I have. I don't know it all, but I do know enough to get us busy here. Okay, so I'm zeroing out the scale, and I'm just going to start with the radish. There's no really rhyme or reason to it, but what I found out was that in my grow space, I do need a dehumidifier. And so I've been using that since November in my grow space, and it has made a huge difference. A lot of people may not be aware, and I wasn't, that gosh, there's so much moisture in our air, and my grow space is in the basement, which, you know, is one of those areas that may be a little bit more higher in humidity than people think, you know. So I think any room that you use in your house, or your garage or whatever, you know, it would be a good idea to get a dehumidifier. Keep your humidity between 40 and 50-ish. And I think that's great. I have a few of these that just fallen from my first cut. There. But I usually go the other way. I'm doing this kind of backwards. I actually need to turn it around because it's kind of uncomfortable. Let me do this. Yeah, and then y'all can see it a little bit better. So just grab the guys here and either leaning over. I try to knock off some of the seed holes. A lot of the radish seed holes comes off during the germination process, so you don't see a whole lot, but sometimes there's a few that likes to hang on. And that's why we ask people to wash them really well. One, because they haven't been, and you should wash all of your produce before you eat it, for the most part. And two, because those seed holes, most of the time there's no seed in it, and so it's not as hard as you would think if you bite down on it, but it's not that appetizing. And you don't want to risk, like, you know, some dental work afterward because you try to eat a microgreen. But yeah, so I'm just cutting a couple inches above the soil level, and we definitely want soil in the microgreens. Don't want that. And then just weighing it as I go. So we're at 2.1 ounces, and that will suffice for this container. So I'm going to make sure they're tucked in real cozy like. Just like that. So they're not catching. Oh. Okay. And then close her up. 2 ounces of microgreens. Done. Yep. So that's pretty much how we roll over here. This microgreens business has been a very interesting and rewarding all at the same time. I've really had fun growing microgreens all winter long indoors. And also, you know, keeping the farm just active, and the business active throughout the winter. So this is a great option for me, because, you know, I'm not outdoors a lot in the wintertime growing things because I don't have the infrastructure to really do that. Nor do I think I like it, to be all honest. So I really love the fact, and this past year, everyone, most of you all know that I had a baby. And so this past winter, it was really, really nice to also be able to hear her, but be able to work in the house at the same time. And so, yeah, that was kind of cool. I really, really, really love it. Look at those microgreens. Aren't they beautiful? Radish. This is the China Rose variety. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We're at 1.4 ounces right now, so I'm going to cut just a bit more. See if we can hit that 2.1 mark. I like to go over just a little bit to make sure that my client is getting what they paid for. And, you know, why not? Why not just go a little above and beyond here? We're at 2.2. Nope, 2.1. Yep, 2.1. And that's all it is to it. When I first got all of my supplies for the microgreens, get in there. Bought this really sharp knife that everyone told me, or that, you know, most of the social media platforms are creators. Sorry, y'all can't talk. recommended. And so I got the knife. It's really sharp. When they said it's sharp, it's sharp. And the first time I went to harvest microgreens for the very first time, I cut myself and cut it good. But I harvested on the day of the delivery because I really wanted it. I'm like, oh, I want to market this very fresh product. We harvest the day of. Unfortunately, that is not very reasonable. It's not something that's realistic for us. I have to harvest the night of or the night before the delivery because of all of my, mommy needs and my husband working full time and just having the time to do it all on my own. I have to have time with no distractions to get it done, and or little to no distractions. So it's really difficult to harvest. When baby's crying and needs to be fed and is sleepy and needs to take a nap. So I wait for her to take a nap. That's how I got those 20 units done today, because she took a nap. And look at there, China. We don't want that in there. You see the soil? So I'm just gonna cut that off. It's okay. Just cut that part off. We don't want soil in there. China Rose microgreens. Beautiful, beautiful. So anyway, while she was asleep, I got about 20 units harvested of the radish. And I have a partner in crime over at his farm. He grows all the sunnies for me, the sunflower. Sunflower kind of, it's not the crop, it's the seed company. I've really had a hard time with this particular seed company. Everything else that I get from them is great, but not so much with the sunflower. And so I've been a little frustrated with the seed company. So I harvested a little too much for this unit. So I'm going to do is set it on top of the microgreen so it's not touching anything else. Even though I've sanitized everything, that's just kind of what I do. Close that guy. We're done. So he grows the sunnies and other, whatever I need him to grow, but it depends on our order size and stuff. But he also went out of town, so it's really cool to have a partner that can, got your back when you need them to have your back, and to go along the journey with you, because it really is fun wholesaling. I used to be totally against it. But what I found out was that, like, there's a place for it in the world, just like everything else. I really like direct sales to my clients. But, I think business, you have to be open to pivoting sometimes, because what your plans are doesn't necessarily work sometimes, or could be more efficient and all that kind of thing. So pivoting is okay. Plus, during the pandemic, you have to figure some other things out. And so this is wholesaling for this CSA, or this distribution center, has been very rewarding. And so we're loving it. I do love direct sales as well. So I still deliver locally to some folks that buy from us. And so that's really cool too. So I've harvested most of the radish. These are pea that you see here in the back. I just wanted to try it out and see if I could get both crops to grow really well. And they did. I mean, I've seen this on social media, like I said before. I mean, it works. I just wanted to see if I could do it. So we're not quite at 2 ounces there with the remaining radish here. Oh, I got some more back here I didn't see. Let's see what this brings us to. I don't think it's going to make it. So if I can't hit the mark, we don't sell it, I will use this one as a sampler, because I do have a school that I'm going to next Tuesday to let them taste some of the microgreens and talk about how we can get some of the food on the shelves, or to the chefs at the school. It's a college, and so I'm excited about that too. So this is right at 1.4 ounces. And I'm going to take my highlighter here that's also been sanitized and write 1.4 ounces. That way I don't get it mixed up accidentally. I'm going to set it over here, but that way I don't, you know, just in case my mind goes somewhere and I just grab everything and put it in the box. You know, I know that doesn't need to go. Okay, so now we're going to harvest the pea. Pea is like my favorite thing to harvest and grow. I love pea shoots. They're incredible. So again, I'm going to zero out my scale. So has anybody tried to grow microgreens or interested in growing microgreens at all? When I was doing my research, I was very interested in what was the easiest to grow, because I think, you know, if people have tried this over and over and they've came to the conclusion that, hey, Suzette, you're going to do pea? Great. I love pea. Look at how beautiful they are. And the aroma, like, it smells so good. It even smells sweet. You know, it's just beautiful. But if people say it's easy to grow, then it probably is easy to grow. Hold up. So my phone has also been sanitized just in case I had to touch it. So I'm very grateful that people are willing to share information. And so there's not a whole, it's still trial and error. Like, you still got to figure it out for yourself, but at least you have some type of framework. And, you know, some type of guidance. And so pea is definitely easy to grow, really easy to germinate as well. We need 2 ounces of pea. We're at 1.8. And so I'm really grateful. Now, here's the catch. I need to not get radish green seed in the pea. That would not be good. And I see a few that's trying to creep through there. Get out of the way there. We don't want you in the pea, sir. So, yeah, pea is definitely easy. Radish is definitely easy. Sunnies are easy, but only if you have good seed. If you get seed that is, it says on the package that there's a 65% germination rate, you're probably not going to have, you know, especially if you're doing this to make income on your farm. You know, that's a lot of, farming is already risky. Growing food is already a risky business, you know. It depends on so many factors, right? Whether or not you grow really good crops or abundance. And, you know, we do all that we can, but once, you know, you've done all you can, it's up to nature, right? To do what it does. And so, you know, you sell me a 25-pound bag of sunflower seeds that cost me about $70, and then the sticker says 65% germination rate. You know, I have a problem with that. I don't know. It's just too much to go through to kind of, I can't find my words right now, but like, yeah, it's just too risky. It's too low of a germination rate for my taste. Because I need this crop to grow. I need everything to do what it's supposed to do. And yeah, so if you're giving bad seed or seed that is not that has a really low germination rate, you know, that's almost half, you know, like it may grow, it may not grow. That's what it feels like it, you know, the company was telling me. And yeah, we had crop failure and we got through it. Our distributor, our client, our customer was very, very understanding. But gosh, I don't want that to happen again. You know, one time is enough, maybe twice. And they understand the reality of farming and, you know, and all that too. But still, you know, you want to keep your clients. You want to have, you know, a good track record. You know, I'm trying to build a business and learn and grow, and I just don't need these obstacles if I can help it. So anyway, that's that. Yep, I got some radish in here, so I'm going to pick the radish out because I don't want the radish in here with the pea. Now, if I did some kind of mix, a microgreen mix, that would be fine. But if the packaging says pea, you know, I don't want them to find a radish in here if I can help it. Yeah. The type of pea, I saw somebody type that. I use dun pea, D-U-N. Dun pea. I bought speckled pea as well. Speckled pea was alright. It was good, but I feel like I like dun better. I don't really know why. I just feel like it germinated quicker. There's more consistency in the way the crop looks. I don't know. It just felt better to me. So I've been using the dun pea versus the speckled pea. Okay. I know I said I was going to only harvest one tray, but let's do another. This tray I'm going to show you. The canopy is a little weird. And this is happening because my shelving unit is not balanced. So, and there's nothing wrong with the crop, right? The crop tastes great. It looks great. Y'all see that? It looks beautiful. White stems, right? On the pea. I love growing pea. I love, absolutely love, in love with growing pea. So everything's good here. It's just my canopy, and I don't know if I can really show you this. Let me see if I can. Is uneven, and this is because my shelving unit is not balanced, and so this side is lower, just a tad bit lower than this side. So let me turn it. I'm gonna let you see it this way. Can y'all tell? And then let me turn it to the side, and maybe y'all can see it here. Can y'all see that? Just a tad bit, right? Yeah. But so it's not going to kill you, right? And it's not going to really hurt your crop. I do rotate. If your floor is uneven, which I guess mine is, I tried to put something under the wheel. That didn't really work either. So I finally got my level. I found my level. So I'm going to work on that. But what I've been doing is just rotating the trays. So, or turning the trays. So I'll put the tray in this way. And then my next watering, I just flip the tray and put it on this way. So this end is facing my chest. And then when I water, again, this end is facing my chest. So hopefully that kind of evens them out. Look at that. Look at the pea. Look at the pea. Look at the pea. Oh, shoot. Okay. Yes, I love them too. They're just gorgeous. This pea looks really incredible too. And I love when the tendrils start to come. That's like right when you want to harvest. So the tendrils, I don't know if y'all can see them. But they are definitely popping up there. Every plant doesn't have to have a tendril. Okay, every microgreen doesn't have to have a tendril. But once you see those, you know it's time, right, to go ahead and harvest. You can even harvest right before the tendrils come on. They're just sweet and great. But I try to get them right when the tendrils are coming on. And because they're the sweetest, they're the most tender. These can get a little woody if they go a little long. So, but everything looks great. Now I have to zero out the scale again because I've been yapping. So let me turn it on. Put my package back on. Zero out the scale. And then put what I already harvested. So I got 0.8. So we got quite a bit. Now, I don't go all the way down to the bottom to harvest pea. Because like you can, but for this container that I have, it's really hard to get pea crammed in. And then also you might not be able to see it on the camera, but there is a point where you see a darker green as you go up. And what I discovered was when I was tasting, it all tastes good and it's fine. You can harvest all the way down if you want. But the part closer to the soil is actually a little bit more tough I guess is the right word, than the part where it starts to turn that darker green. So I try to find, this is just me. I'm not telling you it's what you have to do. I've done several taste tests. I taste test every time I grow. And for me, I like right below this bottom leaf right here. I like to get the harvest right there. Now, you're saying, Letitia, you're leaving like an inch, 2 inches of, you know, crop there that could add to your weight, and overall, you know, production numbers, by just harvesting that little bit more. It's just me. I just prefer quality and taste over trying to make a number. I have a number that I need to make, but I'm not going to push it to where, you know what I'm saying? It's just like yucky. When I get to that part, and then my clients know when they get to that part, they're just going to stop eating. And that's wasteful. Everybody doesn't compost. I compost every last bit of the microgreen that is left over. And so, I'm gonna compost that and return to the soil. Everybody doesn't do that. So that's just me. That's just me, you know. So anyway, I grabbed that sucker. I grab it just like this, and just cup it gently, and then cut. I use scissors. Some people use knives. I do have a knife that I can show you. It's just the scissors are safer for me because I'm a big accident prone. This is the Dun Pea. Yes, Miss Lady Eve. And so I've had good results with Dun Pea. So, but yeah, I'm a big accident prone, so I just need to, like, you know, stay safe. Okay, I've been yapping, so I got to zero out the scale again. Okay, I'm gonna get this pea harvested. Okay, zeroed out. 1.4 ounces. 2.1 ounces. So this is what 2.1 ounces of pea looks like in my container. So you see, if I harvested that extra like 1.5 inches or so, I mean, I just have to work it in, and it can be worked in. It's fine. It's not hard to package these. But you know, I'd rather get the tender parts of the shoot, and you know, the clients eat all of it. Eat it all, right? Pea shoots. Yep. That's all, folks. That's it. Get some more containers here. Make sure I'm zeroed out. I'll cut again. And I can keep cutting. You know, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Pea tends to give a really good yield too. Like I just love growing pea. And the weight on it just, I don't know, y'all. It's lovely to me. That's 2.2 ounces of pea. I usually try to hit 2.1. These are supposed to be 2-ounce containers. So I'll go a little bit over to make sure everybody's getting what they pay for. Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, sweet. We are live. How are you doing, little big girl farmer?
Good.
Good. What do you want? Some pea?
No.
I thought you was coming to get me. I was about to say swipe or no swiping. Little big girl farmer loves to eat the pea shoots.
Yeah. I love pea shoots.
Me too. Me too. They just smell good. The radish, believe it or not, it's not bad. Some people are like really don't like it because of the spicy kick, but it's not too bad. And it depends on the type of radish. I'm gonna get some daikon because I heard that that's pretty good too. I've never grown that before, but I'm gonna try it. We're at 2.1.
Mommy.
Yes.
The reason I came downstairs, and I think I got myself together now.
Okay.
Mommy.
Yes.
And I still want my Starburst.
Okay. Did you finish your homework?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Daddy, check it.
Yeah.
Okay, you can have your Starburst. Goodbye.
Hi, Mama.
They always want something when they come down here, right? It's not just to say hi. They always want something. So can y'all see where I've harvested the pea? Yeah, I know. Let me cut this and show you how much. I'm going to go all the way down to the seed and show you how much I'm leaving. There's the seed too. You see? There's a little pea. But it's a pretty good amount, right? But again, you can eat this. It's fine. You eat it, right? But give it, it's just not as tender as, you know, the top part. So I don't want to give that to my clients. I don't know. Like I said, all this is going in the compost soil and all. I don't ever reuse the medium because it's just the roots are so intertwined and tangled because there's not a lot of soil in the first place. Let me talk about the trays real quick. So I got these trays from Bootstrap Farmer. And I didn't start with these, okay? Because I didn't have the money. I just reused some 2-inch. Let me show you. I'm going to have to get some more gloves in a second. But let me show you real quick. When I first started the business, I used these. These are regular, flimsy, 2-inch trays, 20 by 20 or 10 by 20. Okay. And I got some with hose and some without hose. Okay. Because I bottom water these. And this works. I'm going to use more soil in these because they're, it's a 2-inch, 2.5-inch, whatever it is, tray versus the 1-inch trays. So this is what I started with. Cool. Get going. Okay. With what you got. Do what you can with what you got. Okay. But then as I started my business and I got a few, orders in under my belt and I started making a little money, I bought 5 trays at a time. And this was just me. I don't have a whole lot of money. And so with the farm, I'm always juggling, right? I'm making income, but you do spend a lot of money and you can spend it quickly. But so I 5 at a time, 1 bottom tray, 1 top tray. And I bought these trays from Bootstrap Farmer. Okay. Now I chose the colors. You can choose the colors. And they're not sponsoring this video. I'm not like, you can do what you want. I'm just telling you what I got. Okay. So let me show you exactly how thin this is. Okay. So these are the 1-inch trays. I bought the green and white ones from Amazon. I have 3 for $10. Okay. Good tip. Good tip. So these are very durable. Now there's still a little give to them, but the plastic, if you're not careful, it's like that hardcore plastic. But you can definitely break these. Okay. So throwing them on the ground or whatever, dropping them, probably isn't a good idea still. But what I found was that I'm definitely going to be using less soil with this, right? And I didn't need all that soil from the 2-inch ones. And I wanted to do an investment. Like I wanted these to last. There's a warranty on these as well. So that's just what I chose to do. You don't have to. That's just what I chose to do, right? So do you see the difference? And yeah, so that's what I chose to do. So this is the bottom tray where I bottom water. And this is a top tray that I just used. Oh, that's not a good idea. Slap that over over the product. But this is the bottom tray, and you see the holes. Then there's another tray that is like a mesh, and I like these, but you have to be careful because the roots come through these trays, and so you need something to scrape this off with. You can use your hands. It just takes time. Sometimes you can get some kind of scrape, like a cake. What are those that bakery tool? A CD. I used a CD one time to scrape this off. I've used a garden tool, a shovel. I don't really have one thing to use, but I like these. I like these mesh trays too, and I like them for pea. But you can use them for any crop. Yeah, you can use them for any crop. And again, you know, this is the top tray, right? I'm gonna put the medium in here. The medium does fall through the holes, but that doesn't seem to affect the crop at all. Okay, let me go get some more gloves. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, do y'all have any like specific questions about? Let me answer those, or fool with the phone, and then I'm gonna get off of here so I can get busy. Any specific questions on growing microgreens or any tips? Because I'm still learning. I want to learn from you all. Any tips at all? I'm definitely using different types of grow lights. How long do they last in the refrigerator? So on our label, we tell our customers to eat within a week. But if I push them to the back of the fridge, and I've not pushed them to the back of the fridge, I think they last almost 2 weeks. But I don't want to put that on the label because I just want them to be as fresh as possible. And everybody's temperatures are set differently and all that stuff. So we just, without overthinking it, we just put 1 week. I found the pea lasts longer than the radish. The sunnies last longer than the radish. The sunflower. That's what I mean by sunny. And, but I think the pea beats both crops. I really do. Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe it's all the sugar content. I don't know. Sugar is a preservative, and kills more bacteria. So maybe it's all that's working together. I don't know. Compared to the sunny. The sunflower, I don't like the sunflower personally. I'll grow it for people because they like it, and I get paid for it. But I prefer the pea and the radish. Sunflower has like a nutty kind of taste. It's like a nutty flavor, but I can't really describe it. It definitely tastes like a flower, like you're eating a flower, right? Because it is a flower, but it's kind of earthy, nutty, right? Radish, more spicy. I've grown 2 types of radish. This is the radish I showed you earlier was China Rose. It's my first time growing China Rose this round, and I love it. It's more beefier. The stems get really nice and long and kind of bulky. It's just all around a better grow for me than the Pink Beauty radish. I grew the Pink Lady or Pink Beauty radish. Pink Beauty. And it did all right. But this one just... Also, there's a lot of other factors, you all, that can go into growing microgreens. Like if your grow room is cold, depending on the microgreen, most microgreens, well, I won't say most because I haven't grown everything. But I think they favor room temperature between 70 and 75 degrees. If you're pushing 77 to 80, you're going to have to harvest sooner than you think, I think. At least that's my experience. I've like, oh my gosh, those grow way faster than normal. And I look at the temperature and it's 77 degrees and I'm like, I need to cool this room down. And I don't freak out. It's just I can tell in the just experience, just kind of walking this journey. I can definitely see the difference in a couple of degrees. It's before I had a heater in here, and my heater kicks on and off, and I turn it on and off. It's not, and I have a thermostat in this part of the basement. This is also where my washer and dryer is. And so the hot water heater's in here, the furnace is in here. So I just use this area, like literally, I don't even know how big this space is. Maybe an 8 by 20 foot space, 8 by 12 foot space. I don't know. And so, the heater's over here. The fan is over here. I have a big box fan to get the air, and that made a difference too. The air circulation in the room versus not having a fan, with mold and just just all around better, healthier crops when you have good air circulation, about 70, 75 degrees. This is my experience. And a dehumidifier and keeping the humidity between, I said 40 to 50 earlier, but it's been as low as 34% humidity in this room, and they love it. Absolutely love it. And I'm talking about the pea, radish, and sunflower. So, thank you. The setup is a work in progress, but it's working right now. I know the mixed greens is good, but the broccoli was potent. Yeah. I've grown broccoli a couple times, like 3 times, and there's not a lot of weight to broccoli. So I it would take a lot of trays to get, good production as far like meeting the production, requirement for this company. But I mix the broccoli. If I'm going to do broccoli, I mix it with something else like kale, kohlrabi. There's a mix. I have not grown kohlrabi on its own, but there's a salad mix that I buy from this company that I use, and a seed company that I use. And so, I find that you get a bigger bang out of your buck when you do that, with some of those crops. But broccoli is tasty. It is potent. Yeah. Where do you get your microgreen seeds, since you have to have so much? I'll share companies that I have bought seed from, and then you all decide where you want to share, where you want to get your seed. I don't want to badmouth anybody. I'm just telling you my experience. But I have bought seed from Johnny Seeds. I have bought seed from True Leaf, and I have bought seeds from OSBOURNE company, and there's another company that starts with a K. They no longer exist though. It's a Japanese company. They merged with True Leaf. And so yeah. So those 4 companies I've bought seed from. And maybe if you email me or inbox me something, I'll tell you specifically more about that. But I think it's all a trial and error, and everybody has different experiences. I'm in like 3 or 4 microgreens Facebooks, and some people are like, True Leaf is the bomb. And other people are like, no, it ain't. Osborne's the bomb. And some people are like, no, Osborne isn't, So it's just, I think you have to just figure it out. You have to be willing to invest, and you don't have to buy big old bags of seed. Just buy like a little sample pack, or a 5-pound, not even a 5-pound bag. They do pound bags of seed. So when we purchase, we go big because we're going to need it. And that seed purchase usually like a 25-pound bag of dun pea has lasted me but I work with someone else to grow, right? I have a partner. I brought somebody else on. And our farms have partnered together to make this happen. So we're kind of like an unofficial cooperative, right? We're working together, cooperating with one another to do business. And so that 25-pound bag of pea has lasted me 7 to 8 grows, right? And actually, I think I still have. Yeah, so I'm not even done with it. $25-pound bag of pea, and I'm right here. So this will probably last me another 4 grows, maybe. If I grew all the pea for this order, and so if I continue to do that, maybe 3 or 4 more orders, I can get away with that. But it really does depend on what you're growing for, how much you're growing, and all that kind of thing. Cost me yeah, this one has a 91% germination rate, right? And so that's what you want to see. You don't want to see 60s. Yeah, and I'm not sure, I don't have the I think this one cost me right around $70 a bag for a 25-pound bag of pea, I think. Let me get back to you about that, okay? But yeah, radish. The seeds are so tiny, so you get so much seed, right? If you're just testing, buy a sample bag. Don't go to the store and just buy a bag of seed, sprinkle it all on a mat and see if you can do well. But if you're going into business, it just depends. Just depends on what your need is. Okay. Okay, I see. All right. Hey, Miss Angela, how you doing? We're just talking about microgreens. I just harvested some stuff. I need to put my gloves back on, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to wrap up this video and go ahead and do that. So maybe more microgreens videos to come. I am by no means know it all. No business for me. Retired is retired. Look, little cheese on the side. Not even a little cheese on the side. I don't know. You might, and people are still trying to figure out, at least in my community, what a microgreen is. So it takes, like, I'm doing a lot of education. This grow is for a specific CSA outside of my city, but I grow for them. But it does take educating people. Anytime they hear something different, people are curious, and I think they actually want to know what you're talking about. Providing pictures or recipes and things like that helps to kind of normalize or to introduce crops and different varieties of things to people. So, but thank you, Mrs. Ed. Thank you. I'm trying my best, and I want to share what I know and, be able to share my experience and my journey with you all as much as I can. I'm getting busy, y'all, and there's still more to come. Everybody's been asking about the land access, purchasing more land for the farm. That just hasn't worked out yet. But what has been really cool is working with other farmers and farm organizations to find land for them and advocating for policy change and all kinds of good stuff. It's like my plans are great and it's fine, and I know that he hears me and wants to give me the desires of my heart, right? But again, sometimes our plans aren't his, and we're not going to understand it all. And also, like, just because it isn't happening now doesn't mean it won't ever happen. So I'm very hopeful, but in the meantime, between time, like, things have just been way better than I thought could ever happen with my little bitty piece of, land in my little bitty operation. Don't let anybody tell you. Actually, they can tell you, because you can't stop people from doing what they want to do. But don't internalize it. I have been there and done that. That your operation isn't big enough. Oh, they're not going to sell to you because you're such a small farm, or they're not going to buy from you because you're such a small farm, or just don't listen to that mess. Don't listen to that mess. Take it for what it is, which is their opinion, and they're entitled to it. But move on. Don't internalize it. I'm just blown away by the things that are happening with my little bit. How he is increasing and expanding my little bit. So I'm just very grateful and just honored. And frankly, just my cup runneth over, and I'm lost for words at times. Like I just want to weep. Like I'm just so full, and I have joy, and I think that's the biggest payoff I can have. So for quick production, for quick turnover, less than 10 days to grow from the start of seeding to harvesting, 10 days or less for pea, radish, and sunflower. And the turnover is really simple to make. The investment tools, trays to bottom water, buying the soil. You can go soil-less. There's all different types of mediums out there. I use soil. PROMIX. I use PROMIX. PROMIX Organics is, in my opinion, is a lot more wet than, like, in the bag, than just the PROMIX vegetable and a gardening mix. I can't get my words. I'll try to remember to post the stuff in the description in a few days. But both of them work for me. PROMIX is good. I have not used Coco Core, but everybody, like, hands down, a lot of people love Coco Core. Don't use peat moss. It's crap. I've never used sand, and I've never used the hemp mats or hydroponic mats or anything like that. I haven't done that yet. I kind of can't waste money right now, or even experimenting with that stuff. So maybe at a later time. But trays, soil, seed, water, you have to have a water source. I water twice a day. I got kind of frisky, and I decided to water a certain way, and that only required one watering, and that did just fine too. So I may just do one watering a day. Just got to be careful not to overwater, and the soil get, and have to deal with mold issues and stuff like that. But it's really been a great, incredible learning experience, and so I'm just eating it up. And I got a scoop for the soil. Actually, I didn't buy that. My partner gave it to me, and my business partner gave it to me, and yeah, that's pretty much alcohol wipes, sanitizing stuff, containers, and they are expensive. Containers, get it. The little clamshells that I showed y'all are the least expensive. I think I get like 100 or 125 in a row in a package. It's like a long row of 125 of these for under $25. And with these, I'll show you. These are the ones that most people are using, these clamshells. And there's 100 in this row. Cost me $60. Let me show you what it looks like. And these were when we were doing 4-ounce containers. Not the 2 ounces. You can put 2 ounces in here, but it's going to look empty. So, but it's whatever you want to do. But these containers, everybody loves them, right? Mm-mm. If I can go with this and my clients are just fine with it, I'm gonna go with this. When I put my label on it, everything looks good. You know, like I feel like it's like shoes. Buying containers is like shoes. Everybody wants the latest Jordans, right? And they'll spend the money on the Jordans, but you know, any other shoe will cover your foot, will protect your foot, and will be cute. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, y'all. That's just me. It's just me. So, thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. I'm going to get off of here. I got to teach class in a minute. So, I'm going to finish these up and then get myself washed up so I can teach class, and then completely unrelated to farming the class is. But then I got to come back down here. So, I'll probably be harvesting until about 1 a.m. After, because I finished the class at 9:30. So, between trying to eat and then make sure all the babies are in the bed and yeah, transitioning, I'll probably maybe not 1, maybe midnight. So till then, till next time, I love y'all. Y'all know I do, right? And I do miss y'all, and I swear I'm coming back. So y'all just thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Tell everybody Tisha's back at Barefoot Gardening. And thank you so much. And thank you for your support, Suzette. You've been incredible and just like have never stopped encouraging me and just following me on Instagram. You are like number one. You're my number one. You really are. So thank you. Just being very consistent and just all of your kind words. You've been incredible. Do the plants keep growing, or do you have to replant seed after harvesting? Yep. Have to these now the way they're designed. Pea is designed to regrow. Yep, pea is designed to regrow. It will regrow, but it tastes different a little bit. Okay, and so I do not harvest the second go around from the same seed. Nope, I compost everything, and then start again with new seed. Okay, but yes, they will grow again. They will grow back. Pea does grow back. Radish, no. I haven't seen it grow back. But the pea I have seen grow back. Sunnies, no. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Peace out.